Hi, this is Gary Kayye, and we are here. It's actually the day before DSE 2016 here in Las Vegas, and this 12th year of the DSE show, Digital Signage Expo, and nobody has had more influence on the digital signage market than Lyle Bunn. Lyle, good morning. How are you?
My pleasure. Nice to be with you again.
And it's true. I mean, check out lylebunn.com, LYLEBUNN.com.
Thanks.
Lyle, first of all, tell me, I just kind of want an overall state of we'll talk about displays in a second.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you about that. I'm going to ask you about the new sort of generation of integrators getting into this business in a second.
Yeah.
But I want you to talk about sort of what the state of the industry is, because there aren't any groups that are really, truly measuring the impact that this industry is having besides you.
Yeah, that's a tragedy too. The fact is the industry is growing so fast that nobody wants to buy the industry status reports that might be available out there. Yeah. And we've seen a merger of iSupply and Display Search into IHS, so we've got one company providing any data at all. And the data that is being provided by them and is being captured by others is all very positive across every application of digital media. I believe that there's about 25 million active displays out there in North America, about half of world. That's growing at about 2 million displays a year of a larger form factor. A lot of video walls going in place, but the functionality behind it in terms of interface with mobile, drive to website, all the applicability, all the application behind it is what's really exciting and is driving that 23% compound annual growth rate.
Yeah, and I don't think there is another industry, technology, maybe virtual reality because it's brand new, that's growing at that rate. I mean, you can't look at
nothing.
Yeah, starting from nothing, and exactly. So now this has been 12 years, and you still have over 20% growth.
Yeah.
What's going on with the display market? Because that is changing quite a bit. I mean, a lot of shifts there.
It is. It's huge. And speaking of data, we still have a hard time capturing the deployment of displays that are in a smaller form factor. That would be service counter, in elevator, that sort of thing. Yeah, but we've seen a transition over the last couple of years where the average size of a display has moved from 32 inches, 36 inches. A couple years ago, 46-inch display was generally what was being put in place. Now it's a 55-inch display, but that 55-inch display, I mean, think of a 0.9 bezel size. They're almost without bezel. And the big excitement now is, and we'll see more of this at DSE, is for organic light-emitting diodes or OLED display, because of the reduction of power consumption, the longer life. So a lot of OLED.
Video quality too. I mean, you get a lot better video quality.
Exactly. So lots of excitement for OLED and display that can bend and contour, and displays of different form factor. This year, I think at the LG booth, there will be an 84:9 display with a very small footprint that's really exciting for retail, and to put on a moldings level almost within restaurant and other locations. So lots of excitement related to presenting the medium.
Right. So there's been, I mean, I've been saying this for 3 years. No better time to get into digital signage because the market is still young. I mean, ultimately, right now, I'm going to kind of throw out some statistics that may not be completely accurate, but they're going to be very close to accurate. Something around 60-65% of the total advertising money has been being spent on in-home television advertising, and that is projected to continue to decrease. It was at its highest level 2 or 3 years ago. It's going to continue to go down, and now they're saying by 2020 it's going to be 40%. That's 20% money that's going to be out there somewhere. It's going to go out of home. So this is the best time for integrators to get in this business. AV integrators have started to get in it. Of course, it's been dominated by companies that have been serving agencies, but also another area that we're seeing is security companies getting into digital signage. What's your take on that?
This is huge. Back in 2004, 5, 6, we saw a lot of AV integrators move into digital signage supply, and they've all done very well by it.
Fortunately, not enough, though.
Not enough. Yeah. Those who have moved in and been intelligent about how they pursued their markets have done very well by it. those who were feeble or uncertain or didn't gain the right knowledge, because digital signage is a knowledge-based industry. Then in 2008-9, we saw sign companies, static sign companies come in because they were losing the business for printing posters. Now, over last year and this year, we're seeing just a tremendous ramp up in the number of security integrators who are moving into this business. And this is good because they understand digital. They're often one of the first organizations going into a retail or a restaurant or a corporate location. They're pulling the wires where wires are needed for digital signage at times. And they've got the client base. And so the work of ADI Global as a distributor, a Honeywell company, they're putting on about 10 expo events this year, which are extremely, 900 security integrators are coming out to these expo events in different cities. And when I ask for a show of hands in those rooms of who is already in the business, 10% of them already are. Show of hands, how many of you will recognize revenue in the next 6 months? Everybody's hand goes up. So security integrators are the newest channel to move digital signage into those endpoints and those new applications.
Well, the digital signage market will be happy about that, and I think as the digital signage market grows, everybody in AV is going to benefit because it's obviously it's driven by AV technology and IT technology.
But there's another element of that, Gary, and you and I have talked about this in the past. With AV companies, remember when we met at Infocom and you said, Lyle, what's the problem with AV companies and digital signage? And the problem is they anchor into a particular solution and they keep selling it year after year.
Yeah, they're not evolving with the new technology.
Right. So I do believe that security integrators becoming a competitive force to those end users is going to help pull through that AV integration capability so they upgrade their offerings and their knowledge based on new things that are being introduced, which offer better price performance.
Yeah, and a lot of times what happens with AV integrators is that they're bidding against something else that somebody's already spec'd.
Right.
So therefore, they're going to get the security bids to come in and partner with the companies that they're doing security with, or even they're doing it themselves, and then they get an opportunity to bid on it too, so that will help as well.
You're reflecting a major change in the market, and that is that integrators and other suppliers are not starting at the point of what technology do you want to buy. They're starting from the standpoint of what business problem do you want to solve? What opportunity do you want to seize? And that's been a huge shift in the market over the last year as we go into DSE 16.
Well, it's going to be a big show. They're expecting a record crowd. The market, of course, is growing. This is really the only exclusively digital signage show, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
The ISE show last month had more digital signage in the show than the digital signage show did. That's how big digital signage has become in the technology world. And of course, Infocom is going to have a lot of digital signage, but this is still the only exclusive digital signage show. So when you walk around this show floor, and as you'll see from the videos we shoot, everything here only has to do with digital signage. So if you're interested in understanding the digital signage market, this is the show to come to, and this is the place to check out our coverage. So you can check it all out, of course, at ravepubs.com/DSE2016. And of course, you should go and check out all of Lyle Bunn's reports. He does regular reports. He also writes for us at lylebunn.com. Thanks again, Lyle. Appreciate it. Gary. Enjoy the next couple of days. I know this is like Disneyland for you.
It is, and for you too.
Thanks for joining us.